Julia Roberts is doing all kinds of publicity about her movie and saying all kinds of wonderful things about you. How do you feel about that?
How would any guy feel about that? I feel great about that, and she is a terrific, wonderful person.
They've brought me a lot of joy in my life, and so it's sort of, you feel a little giddy, you feel a little silly.
Right.
But it was the most fun. It was spectacular.
When the world learned about the passing of Matthew Perry, it was as if a shadow cast a veil of sadness over the entire planet. The globe mourns the loss of this talented actor, who will be forever remembered for his iconic role as the sardonic yet endearing Chandler Bing in the beloved TV series Friends. Matthew Perry, at the age of 54, left us, and his departure has left an indelible void. Reports indicate that the actor met a tragic end through an apparent drowning incident at a residence in the Los Angeles area. It was a sudden and shocking event that sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment world and beyond. In addition to his dry wit and impeccable comedic timing, Matthew Perry was renowned for his high-profile romantic involvements. Despite the many relationships that came and went in his life, each was marked by a depth of affection and respect as described by him. However, the news of his passing hit none other as hard as it did his former flame, the illustrious Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts herself, a Hollywood legend, is said to have been deeply shocked and is grappling with the tremendous difficulty of accepting this heart-wrenching news. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the genuine reasons behind Julia Roberts' profound grief and delve into their shared history, both as friends and as something more. Join us on this exploration and stay with us until the very end of this video to uncover the full story.
What's the deal? Are you dating this Matthew Perry guy?
I am dating this Matthew Perry guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, funnily enough. Oh, thank you, Mom.
Matthew Perry's life was full of relationships, and he even proposed to more than one of his partners during his lifetime. However, it's worth noting that he never walked down the aisle, didn't have any children, and, at the time of his passing, wasn't known to be in a romantic relationship. Nevertheless, one of his most iconic and memorable chapters of his love life was with the famous actress Julia Roberts. To provide a bit of context, let's rewind the clock a bit. Matthew Perry and Julia Roberts first formed a friendship before she made a guest appearance on the second season of Friends. According to Mr. Perry, Ms. Roberts had a unique condition for her cameo on the show, and that is, her character be incorporated into Chandler Bing's storyline. In response, Mr. Perry pulled off a delightful gesture by sending her an impressive bouquet of 36 red roses. The attached card conveyed his excitement, stating,
I sent her 36 red roses, and the card read, "The only thing more exciting than the prospect of you doing the show is that I finally have an excuse to send you flowers."
Their connection began with an intriguing twist. In 1995, well before they met in person, they primarily communicated through fax messages. Mr. Perry revealed that they exchanged a remarkable number of faxes every day, despite their hectic schedules. He described Ms. Roberts' messages as exceptionally intelligent and believed that her purpose on Earth was to bring smiles to people's faces. Their courtship unfolded over 3 months through the daily exchange of faxes. It's important to remember that this was an era before the widespread use of the internet and cell phones, so all their interactions occurred via fax. As their messages gradually took on a romantic tone, they embarked on a lengthy 5-hour phone conversation even before they had a chance to meet in person. Their romance continued for about 6 months before coming to an end in 1996. The reasons behind their breakup were deeply personal. Mr. Perry confessed that his own struggles with addiction and a profound feeling of inadequacy were the driving factors. He admitted that he felt overwhelmed by the fear of Ms. Roberts breaking up with him and carried a belief that he was simply not enough for her. This inner turmoil led him to initiate the breakup, perhaps as a way to shield himself from the inevitable pain of losing her. By the time they filmed the episode together, their on-screen chemistry was palpable, reflecting their genuine affection for each other. Their love continued to flourish to the point where Roberts invited Perry to her mountain retreat in New Mexico to celebrate New Year's Eve in 1996, an occasion where he had an opportunity to meet her family. Matthew Perry and Julia Roberts had a passionate, albeit brief, romance during the 90s. Some sources suggest their relationship lasted for 2 months, while others claim it extended to 6 months. Regardless of the precise timeline, their connection left an indelible mark on both their lives. Sadly, Matthew Perry passed away on October 28th, which, by a cruel twist of fate, coincided with Julia Roberts' birthday.
The shocking news overnight about the death of actor Matthew Perry, the Friends star who famously played Chandler Bing, passing away at 54 years old.
Matthew Perry was quite open about his deep infatuation with Julia Roberts, who was already a renowned Hollywood icon at the time they were together. Despite their undeniable chemistry and the sincere affection they had for one another, Perry acknowledged that being in a relationship with someone of Roberts' caliber brought immense pressure and anxiety into his life. The underlying issue was Perry's persistent fear of an impending breakup. He constantly grappled with the belief that Roberts would eventually decide to end their relationship, and this fear haunted him. In his own eyes, he saw himself as someone who couldn't measure up to her, like he was falling short of the standard. He carried the weight of feeling damaged and unlovable, convinced that Roberts was doing herself a disservice by being with him. These insecurities became a heavy burden for him to bear, and it ultimately led him to make a tough and heartbreaking decision. He reflected on that period, revealing, "So, instead of facing the inevitable agony of losing her, I broke up with the beautiful and brilliant Julia Roberts." However, in a surprising twist, a resurfaced video revealed a different perspective from Perry regarding the reasons behind their breakup. In this revised explanation, he clarified that their respective careers were on the fast track to success, and finding the time to be together became an increasingly challenging task. As a result, they mutually agreed to part ways in an amicable manner, understanding that the demands of their flourishing professional lives were taking precedence.
No, basically that had to end because we were just so busy. It's like the busiest guy in the world trying to go out with the busiest girl in the world, and it just didn't work. But we're friends and we get along really well.
So it was all for real then? You were dating each other?
It was for real, very for real.
But it's also important to recognize that the public doesn't have clear information about whether Matthew Perry ever expressed regret or if Julia Roberts forgave him for their separation. They collaborated professionally just once, in the 1996 Friends episode titled The One After the Super Bowl, Part 2, and they didn't work together on any other projects. In the wake of their past romance being made public, there have been reports regarding Julia Roberts' feelings. These reports suggest that Julia Roberts felt uncomfortable and uneasy when Matthew Perry's memoir revealed intimate details of their past relationship. Sources claim that she was taken aback by the disclosures in Perry's book. These sources went on to explain that Julia Roberts was embarrassed and disappointed by the way Matthew Perry had chosen to share insights about their short-lived love affair. They felt that he might have been seeking attention-grabbing stories to include in his book, which didn't align with Julia Roberts' typical approach to matters of personal privacy. Julia Roberts is known for her strong commitment to keeping her private life just that, private. She rarely discusses her past relationships in public and maintains a discreet stance on such matters. Therefore, it's understandable that the exposure of her personal life made her feel uneasy. Despite the discomfort of having her personal story revealed to the public, Julia Roberts did express relief at seeing Matthew Perry's journey toward better health and sobriety. Her reaction highlights her capacity for empathy and her ability to focus on the positive aspects of Perry's life. To summarize, while the exact details of Matthew Perry and Julia Roberts' personal interactions and reconciliation remain unclear, Julia Roberts' response underscores her dedication to maintaining her privacy while also recognizing the significance of personal growth and well-being. And even though Julia Roberts didn't share her grief over Matthew's passing on social media, it's evident that she was profoundly affected when she heard the news. Her emotional reaction isn't unique. The entire world of celebrities was deeply shaken by the unexpected loss of Matthew Perry in 2023. Following his passing, Matthew Perry's former castmates from the iconic show Friends came together to express their profound sadness in a joint statement that was shared by People. In this statement, they conveyed, "We are all so utterly devastated by the loss of Matthew. We were more than just castmates. We are a family." These words went beyond a mere acknowledgement of their professional relationships. They underscored the deep and meaningful connections that extended beyond the TV screen. The statement emphasized the tremendous importance of their bond, particularly in the face of this unimaginable loss. Soon after this collective expression of grief, individual members of the Friends cast, including actors like Maggie Wheeler and Morgan Fairchild, took to social media to offer their heartfelt condolences and pay tribute to their late colleague. This outpouring of support and fond memories served as a poignant reminder of the enduring impact of their time together on the beloved show. Now we'd love to hear your take on this. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And in the meantime, stay tuned for our upcoming video that promises even more intriguing Hollywood stories you didn't realize you were missing out on. Keep those notifications on.